It's Week 16 of the NFL, and we've got the Vikings' superstar running back. He'll be a focal point of his offense this week. It's the Vikings and the Niners, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Hewitt. I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple of QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over for big yardage, maybe 6 points too.
The holidays have arrived. Thank you for spending a part of them with us. We're away in Week 16 on EA Sports. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here come the 49ers for their opening drive. And we'll get a chance to see someone still in the early stages of their career, this third-year QB.
Last week, Kate, you won't call his effort wasted, never. But you wish a game like that would have come in a win instead of showing up in a contest they ended up dropping. 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's the type of game that wins are typically built off of.
Completes one to Ben Sinnott. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Looking right, and he finds him. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond.
Still 2nd down.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Setting up a throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Here's a give for Wright. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Stop made that time by the rookie from Florida State.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
4th down, and it'll be the native of County Wicklow in Ireland, Daniel Whelan, on to punt. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. So we'll see the Vikings offense now for the first time. And they'll be let out by someone that we'll get a look at here, this 2nd-year passer.
While we all love to talk about the quarterback, he really wasn't at the forefront of their win last week, Kate. Kind of took a step back and let some of his teammates shine. Yeah, he made a good mark with a touchdown pass, a bad mark with an interception. Welcome to life in the NFL as a quarterback. You know he wants to make a little more noise, elevate everybody else a little better than he did a week ago.
2nd down now, 7 to go. They send a tight end in motion. 2nd down carry for Achane. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him a 3rd down and 6 to go. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
It's exactly how you draw it up defensively. A 3 and out and a sack on top of it. Create that negative play. Create a little doubt in that quarterback's mind. And offensively, well, that's the worst way to start it. No rhythm, no tempo, and now you give the ball right back to the opponent.
Minnesota lined up in punt formation. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. Surprisingly had to punt 5 times in last week's win, and he sends this away. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The 49ers send running back Jalen Wright getting set to begin another drive. And he's been putting together what should finish as a true standout campaign. Right now, top 5 across the league in rushing. Running behind center with Wright. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I don't know, kid. I didn't think he had it. That back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the first down. Pops up right away and signals first down.
Going to the ground again on first. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Ball start, offense.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and well, they got one of them to move that time. He beams one deep right side. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Back to throw now. Cut out left.
You get to that money down, that third down, you look to your money players, and this tight end is capable of it. Let's give some credit to the defense right there. Did an amazing job, not only sticking to him, but bringing him down before he can move the chains.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he'll scrape together what he can on the return. He gets it back to the 20. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And it's going to be Vikings football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. That one's complete, right side. He'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Out of the shotgun, a give to A.J. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first. Staying on the ground here with A.J. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Getting the fullback involved here. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving. 1st and 10. Ball set up at the 48. Running with A-Chain out of the gun. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Here's 2nd and 7. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down. They'll try and throw it here. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Now this one, not much of a chance of it staying in the field of play. They'll mark it out at the 13-yard line. The San Francisco offense headed out to take over. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
You know, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
And they take him down at the 24-yard line. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun here. Short pass brought in. And he gets him around 6 there. Brought down by Deron Bland. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Back now, pressure on its way. Looking slant route, complete. And that'll be enough for the first as they touch him down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. More from US Bank Stadium after the break. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Tight end going in motion here. 2nd and 4. Complete out to the right side. And he's tackled for a short gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Now a run with Wright. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Bails out of the pocket quick. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a 1st. They run it from the gun with Wright. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you can be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
Third and long for him here. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Working inside the red zone. And got his man. That's a San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers get the game's first points here in the second. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
That one splits the uprights. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. The 49ers have it on the tee as they kick it away here. Return starts at the 9. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Vikings send a running back, Devon Achane, getting back to work. And he's played a major impact in their passing game, too. Look at this. We're near the end of the season, and he's leading all NFL backs in receiving yards. One of the tight ends motioning left. Back to throw on 1st and 10. Finds his man over the middle. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. 2nd and 3. They put a receiver in motion right. Here's Achane up the middle. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Motioning the tight end now. They'll throw on 1st. Called in left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That one hits for 30. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Achane on the inside give. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Brought down by Jalen Carter. Minute 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. From the 24. Hits his running back. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Connecting on a slant. And he's able to get this down to the 13. 2nd and 3 now.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 49ers 13-yard line.
Now a handoff to Achane. And that play is brought to a halt, so they're going to say at the 5-yard line. A nice gain of 8 there, and that brings them to 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from Minneapolis. It's the Vikings looking at 1st and 5. Goal to go. It's a pass play. Has a man. It's Achane.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, "Hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find complete."
And they score. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings earn the chance to tie it before halftime. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
That one right down the middle. And the Vikings tie this game 7-7. The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. Return starts at the 3. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The 49ers headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. 1st and 10 now from the 30. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. To throw it on 1st down. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. 49ers moving quickly, trying to get their offense to the line. the in route complete. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. San Francisco calls it second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's on the move. He can run it.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Throwing the out route complete. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out. All set up now for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. The throw is caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Before we can get a snap on 2nd down, they call timeout. Now looking to throw. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone. Incomplete.
QBs, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
Has it down close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. That brings us to halftime, and these teams locked up on the scoreboard. It's a 7-7 ball game. Now we'll send you south to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start up at TIAA Bank Stadium in Jacksonville, where you see the final score there. Brock Purdy, a touchdown pass in the victory. From there, we head to the Big Apple, more specifically to MetLife Stadium in Jersey to check on the Giants. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. Drake May, 3 touchdown passes as his guys stay unbeaten on the year. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire.
The 49ers
one mistake
have it on the tee
or one
as they
big
kick
play
it away
could
here.
turn out to be the difference.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. This return makes it up to the 25. The Vikings are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And you always got to watch him when you're down near the red zone. He is sitting second right now among all NFL quarterbacks in rushing touchdowns. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Complete out to the right. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Brought down by Jalen Carter.
As any quarterback will tell you over the course of their career, it's not easy to deliver an accurate throw as you're about to get smacked.
From the 32. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
New set of downs for him from the 46. To throw here on 1st down. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And it's going to be 2nd down. He'll throw it yet again. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Fits it through the middle. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity and man, did he make an impact play.
Ball at the 33 for first down. They'll throw it again. Here's a deep shot towards the end zone. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Throwing it again here. Completed over the middle. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down. From the red zone now. Short pass brought in. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
At the Niners' 18-yard line.
Throwing from the gun. This throw is caught. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it first and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They go play action on first. Flushed out of the pocket. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the pressure drives them backwards.
First and goal from the 1. From the 1. I don't mind throwing it, but that's the one thing you can't have happen. Defensively, you know they're going to bring it. And now, well, they're more than content backing this offense up with the sack.
Throwing off the play fake here. And he finds it in the end zone for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings take the lead right away in half number 2. Now quickly things can change, partner. The pain for being taken down that prior play, yeah, I imagine that's gone and forgotten now, and it's been replaced by the adrenaline from finding the end zone there.
Yeah, that defense could have certainly used the pass rush from the previous play because that quarterback had plenty of time to scan the field and make a throw, and he gets an immediate measure of revenge for that sack.
That one splits the uprights. And the Vikings break that tie and now lead by 7. The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The 49ers back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And his performance has ailed against what has been a very stout defensive front. This hasn't been a contest to stack up there among his better showings, partner. They've made it real difficult to find any holes to hit, and there's been absolutely no space for him to work with. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They're going play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
Another try following the sack. They'll get this to Means. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Wright running out of the gun. And he's going to work his way almost to midfield. That's stopped at the 48. Call it 9 yards. Looks like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. Right again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
This time it's a passing play. Got Lamb, and it's complete. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 43. It's caught. This is Jalen Wright. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down. Throwing now from the gun. It's taken in by Lamb.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Here's 2nd and 7. Finds him over the middle. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Brought down by Deron Bland.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
And he's brought down for a loss.
That was a beautiful picture, Kate, of stop the run on the way to the quarterback. 3rd downs, I don't mind a draw call. You're thinking pass. You want those defensive ends to come upfield. But kudos to that whole defense to stop that run on the way to the quarterback.
So on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal attempt. Ball on the right hash, the distance 43 yards.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
He fields it from the 8. And look at this return. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. They'll start the drive with Achane. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped. Even 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. We're through 3 on this holiday weekend. It's Vikings ball, working to carry this lead through to the end. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Down after a nice gain and a first down. And now we'll get a pause here. Trainer's headed out to take a look at an injured player. Let's hope it isn't anything that's going to keep him from finishing this season strong. All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. He's dropping deep on this snap. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Off the play fake, he'll throw. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. From midfield now. Escapes the pocket. They'll make a bid for it on the ground. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Throwing with a blitz on the way. He locates Daniel Bellinger. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Working inside the red zone. The throw is caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Touchdown, Minnesota! Down a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Lining up now to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings drive their lead to 11. The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Now out comes the San Francisco offense. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's a give inside to right. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
2nd and 13. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up. That one doesn't make it beyond the line. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. He's going to throw this one. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it. But it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down. The 49ers are lined up in punt formation. It'll be Daniel Whelan doing the honors. Ball taken in at the 36. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And they'll get ready to go on offense. So good field position to start with for the Vikings this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing now off play action. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
From the 46. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here's Achane. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. He's throwing deep to the left side. This is caught inside the 15. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
1st down from the red zone. And they score. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Now as they drive forward to what right now looks Looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His second touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
Now they'll try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Vikings push their lead to 18. The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. Here's a return from the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The 49ers back on offense and set to take over. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. To the air now on 1st and 10. He's got a man left, and he's tackled after gaining a handful. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. New set of downs for him at the 38. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Completed over the middle. And he'll cover up as they touch him down a few yards short of the first. 2nd and 3 now. Throwing it again here. And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag comes out, and this could be interference. And it's as we expected, partner. The call pass interference, so put it at the spot and give him that first down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Connecting on the slant. And he's taken down at the 30. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. They'll throw it again. They'll get this to Means. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. From the red zone now. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush a passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Drops back. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense up to the line fast. 3rd and long for him here. He has the San Francisco touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
That one right down the middle. And the 49ers make it an 11-point ball game.
49ers 17.
Well, don't look up at the clock, everybody. That is certainly not their friend as they get set to try an onside kick. And this is covered by the Vikings hands team. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. The Vikings ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Achan, a first down carry. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Now with 2:09 left on the clock, we got a timeout from the defense. All right. right, here we go. Second down. They'll stick with A-Chain. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. And this defense wants the extra stoppage before the 2-minute warning as they take a timeout, 2:05 on the clock. Here he is on 3rd and long. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And this one ventures out of play on the fly. The question is where it's marked. Looks like they'll say the 17-yard line. 1st and 10, they're going to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22. 49ers moving quickly, trying to get their offense to the line. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Here he is to throw. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd down's critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30. They come through with 6 yards there, Brock, and they're rewarded with a new set of downs. He'll throw it yet again. He goes back to him yet again, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Finds him on the crossing route. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Still sticking with the passing game. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout. Trying again, following the sack. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just...
Here's pressure, and he's dropped by the Vikings. Desperation time here on 4th. Taking a final shot at the end zone.